It is our pleasure to introduce Sri Sunil Sharma, who is the technical head of ANU VIDYUTH ELD, who is here with us to spend the valuable time with us to regarding on the interaction of and details of ELD. Sir had been there for around 40 years in the developmental and technical section. So all our supervisors are invited to attend this session and have a good interaction, because sir, we are facing many problems while maybe some alarms come, many things we our side we are unaware, so that our staff are free in between and or in the final end, in the end of the session, our supervisors are free to interact with sir regarding the doubts which they face while adjustment or when alarms come, whatever their doubt they are having, they can interact. And I'll take this opportunity to for the initiative from our side, senior DSG sir, and as well as Vandana ma'am, to arrange this class for us, and our PCSG sir also. Sir, welcoming you sir to the interactive section and the classes. Thank you, sir.
Shall we start, madam?
Sure, sir.
Thank you very much. And hello, everybody. I am Sunil Sharma, and I am very thankful to arrange this session for ELD. I told you briefly about this session, that this session have actually two parts. In my first part, the introduction of ELD, just how it will develop and etc. Plus, what is the concept of ELD? Because if you do not know the concept, it is not a very theoretical but fundamental concept. You may not interact with the ELD because you are thinking something else, ELD told something else. So first of all, concept, and then we talk in detail about the ELD and their function, not only function, how to we found leakage and these alarms and all, etc., etc. And last, your questions. Okay, so let us start. In introduction, ELD is nothing new. It is about its first specification ADSL published in 1971. They revised it in 1977, and we have developed it in 10 years of hard work. And after that, we have also developed an instrument called CIT in 1991. And further, CIT incorporated in ELD in 2002. We have also developed a digital CIT. What is this CIT and what is this ELD? I have explained you. But this instrument is not new. It is very old. And RDSO developed this specification quite about 50 years back. Okay. In 2003, ELD is celebrating 50 years of service. And are you listening me well? Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can continue.
Okay. Because it is very necessary to ask.
Sir called me, huh?
Yes.
What, sir?
So,
sir, did you call me?
No. I just want to know whether I am. Are you listening me very well or not? But that's.
Whether able to hear or not, huh?
Yeah. You are.
Able to hear.
Okay.
Nicely.
So ELD is designed for preventive maintenance. It is not a direct use instrument, but it is for preventive maintenance of system insulation by monitoring its online condition. Now, two words very new. First of all, system insulation and other is online condition. I explain it in my next slides. So these are the two most important words: system insulation and online condition. Now I explain the three instruments as I have said: ELD, CIT, MAGA. Because name of CIT we have changed in digital form ECPIT. I explain it also. So earth leakage detector measure and monitor leakage resistance or system insulation of signaling system in online condition. ELD does not measure IR of the cables. It doesn't measure IR of the cable because every time in railway, people say we have measured all cables, their IR is okay, but ELD shows red light. Sir, you are very correct, and ELD is also correct. Both are correct, but there are two things you do not understand, or ELD does not understand to you. Because what is system installation? I explained it to you, and then you understood what ELG says to you. And what is the earth cable pair insulation tester? As its name shows, it is a insulation tester, but work with only refer to the earth and in cable pair only. So identify low IR with respect to earth in signaling pair plus load without disconnection when pair is unenergized. Means it is a special kind of insulation tester which measure your pair plus load insulation in disconnecting form when pair is not energized. Means when pair is not on or in off condition only. So it is a special kind of insulation tester, and it is safe also. Magring, you may do magring. Yours, it is a common practice in railway. So measure of IR, any cable, any wire, any load in disconnected condition. So there are three different aspects and three different type of measurement. No doubt, magring required in time, disconnection, and very long procedure. This one required no disconnection, very quick for individual pair plus load IR with respect to earth. And this one is for total system insulation. So these are the three things are doing three different things. So these are the difference because so many people ask me, sir, if we put ELD, then magring is not required. No, sir, magring is required, but where we give preference, these two instruments give us a lead. Where we start first, which one is the first magring? No doubt, magring is required, but which one we do first? So ELD and these two instruments pointed toward this. So they make us our this magring work some easy. Okay, sir. Now insulation measurement method. Means system insulation. Here my meaning is the system insulation. In Western Railway, this voltage asymmetry method is used before they put they adopt ALD. What is this? This method they measure voltage with respect to earth in one side of the bus bar. It's either NX or plus or another type of bus bar. If voltage is same, they assume IR is okay. in voltage is have a big difference, then they assume that one side IR is low. So this is the approximation method actually, but it will also work. No doubt, when they have no instrument, they will do like that. Then the next method is superimposition of a DC measurement voltage. We are using this method in our instrument, no doubt. In all over world, this is the common method. All other world instrument also using this method. Pulse superimposition method. This is also a method which is used. Most of the instrument they are using it. And frequency coded measuring. This is for a very costly measurement method, but very accurate and mainly used in navy ships, because cost is no matter there. But something is very important. Here is the leakage. So this method is used in navy ships. This is the brief only for your knowledge. Now let us know what is the railway signaling system consist. It consists power supply. Here I write down a floating type power supply. What is floating type? Floating power supply is your power supply or bus bar power supply is a floating type. Either it is plus or minus type and DC, or NX or BX means AC. Output of the power supply NX BX or plus minus is not connected to earth. Though primary side or body is earth, but output means 24 volt, 60 volt, 110 volt or 110 volt AC is no connected to earth, plus or minus or NX or BX side. So this type of power supply called floating type power supply, and this is the fundamental requirement of the signaling system in railway for safe signaling. This is essential for safe signaling. Please remember all these things. This is requirement. Power supply distribution system. This is simple. Fuse board and etc. Then control circuitry, panel, SSI or RRI. Then your distribution of cables rack, can be CT or K rack. Then connecting cables and loads. Sir, you have done you have checked regularly these connecting cables only. IR is measured, measuring is running of the connecting cables, loads, CT rack, control circuit, power supply. Oh, sorry, power supply. They are not measured, but ELD monitor all these things. How? I explain. This is the power supply examples. This is the three-phase floating power supply. This is single-phase floating power supply, and this is DC floating power supply. Okay, sir. Now, Earth is showing here is the body Earth. Now, I have also discussed some faults, especially Earth fault. How many types of Earth fault comes? We can define in Earth fault. First of all, internal, external. In internal means, I mean, before CT rack, even power supply to CT rack come into internal, and CT rack to load come as the external, because we want to localize where is the leakage. So these 2-3 categories are necessary. Then temporary and permanent. What is temporary? Suppose a system is on, like a green signal is on and having leakage. So this leakage appears into ELD. But when green changes to red, means this system is off and the leakage is also gone. If you reset the ELD, it is resetted. So this type of leakage is called temporary. Permanent, Permanent leakage is like in red signals. Like suppose it is mainly remain on, so leakage remain. So this that kind of are permanent, or where these are lines, cable, power supply, and load. These are the three things. No doubt. In circuitry also, but it is rare to rare. Because if circuitry has these earth fault, it cannot. So it is free from these earth faults. Because it is our experience also. So these are the main three points where the fault, this type of fault means leakage exists. In cables, it may be one wire, it may be one pair, it may be more than one pair. Okay, sir. In power supply, maybe IPS, battery bank, or old type charger busbar transformers. In load, signaling, point machine, or similar load. So these are the categories. I have made a table. Now, okay, these are the earth fault. Just to summarize it. Earth faults in power supply, busbar transformer, charger, battery bank, IPS, as I have already explained you. Now I make an example. Suppose a busbar is here. This is your power supply distribution panel. This is your panel SSI RRI circuitry, CT rack. These are the cables going to the load. There are many cables here and many loads are. Suppose this bus bar is leaking to the earth, as I shown the green. Means the bus bar is always leaking. But here is no leakage. ELD shows a red indication. And you say, no, sir, all cables are okay. I am agree with you, sir, all cables are okay, load is okay. If this is not okay, the system will not run. Because all these things are okay, system is running. And you say, sir, system is running, all thing is okay. Actually, your bus bar is not okay. This condition become, and we have found more than 60% installation, this condition exists. And they are working. But they are not in safe mode. They are actually in unsafe mode. Why? Because one earth fault here, leakage became here. As soon as, shown you, next picture. This type of fault or leakage became, it established a path and real fault began. If it does not exist here and fault leakage become here, condition remains same, it will work. And ELD also shows you a red light. So this condition previously is unnoticed, cannot be seen by any instrument. ELD shows you, and we have found this thing. 60% of bus bar are leaky, either their IPS channel, their charger, their battery bank, whatever it will be, but they are leaky. And most of the time, earth fault is due to this. Because it is waiting next where it will get and strike it. If it does not exist, this leakage also can be prevented, otherwise not. So please understood what I want to say. Now load or faults are similar in the, it may be signal or point machine. Then cable or part in one wire, one pair, more than one pair, as shown in this picture. This is the one wire I have put and just waiting for opposite side leakage. Uh, as soon as it got opposite side leakage, it shorted with and become a fault. So first of all, we want to prevent this bus bar. It should be floating. It is necessary. It is requirement. Maybe you don't know, but don't worry. If maybe you know, but you have no instrument, how to detect it and how to prevent it, all your doubts will be clear in this presentation. Okay, sir? Let us move. Let us take an example. And this is the insulation figures mentioned in the various specifications. The transformer charger with more than 50 meg, IPS output more than 100 meg, cable 10 meg per kilometer, and load and signal per machine is more than 50 meg. Battery bank. You have not seen this type of insulation anywhere. Just we have made it. So I have changed the color also. So the battery bank also requires a insulation with respect to earth with body. We do not measure it with the terminal and with respect to body. So body should have a 100 megaohm. Even if it is a clean, it is 1000 megaohm. But requirement is 100 megaohm because so many batteries are in parallel and total become very less. So 100 megaohm is minimum requirement. And it can be measured. I will tell you how to measure it. Leakage resistance. Now, as we discussed leakage or system insulation, what is this leakage? As we know, the insulation measurement is a offline condition work and doing by measuring, it takes too much time. So we required a quick measurement or a quick health monitoring system which will give us a indication that your health is with respect to earth is deteriorating. So it gives the alarm and we alert. Fortunately, leakage resistance can be measured online condition and leakage resistance is also property of insulated material. So to understand this leakage resistance, I have made a small example. It's very quick and you may understood very well. If anybody cannot understood, please give me a voice. So just I explaining. The online system insulation of a signaling system with respect to what? As I shown you in the block diagram, the insulation of power supply plus insulation of control circuit plus insulation of cables plus insulation of loads. And all are in parallel. Why in parallel? Because one side is measured with the respect to earth, other is they are connected each other. So their insulation become in parallel. So this total insulation called leakage resistance. In control circuitry, the insulation is very high. So in parallel condition, if one value is very high, it will have no effect, so we can forget it. So for example, I have taken these three things: power supply, cable, load, and all these. So let us assume the power supply insulation is RP, cable pair insulation is RC, and one load insulation is RS. Now I want to measure or find what is the insulation when we connect pair and load together. So their insulation is 1 upon RC plus 1 upon RS. Let it is R1. Suppose a 99 circuit are running with any bus bar, yeah, with one bus bar. So we can find their insulation in the similar manner, R1, R2, R3 and R99. And for example, only for example, to understand, they are similar. In practical, they are not similar. Only I am assuming they are similar and 100 mega ohm of value, and their power supply is also have 100 mega ohm of value. So, what is the total insulation of the system? 1 upon Rp plus 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 up to R99. And if we put the value 1 upon 100 plus 1 upon 100, 100 times, it becomes 100 upon 100 and R becomes 1 mega. In this value of insulation resistance in parallel is called on-line system insulation or leakage resistance. Though their individual value is very high, but combined value is low. So ELD always measured this value, not your cable's value. This value have power supply, cables and load, etc. with together. This is always low. So please remove your confusion. This is leakage resistance or this is system insulation. This is not your cable insulation. Maybe cable insulation is more than 100 mega ohm or 1000 mega ohm. Your cable is okay, but maybe your system is not okay, because system has 3-4 things: power supply, K-rack plus these cables plus load, etc. etc. So leakage can be anywhere, and this can give you trouble. I think everybody understood this difference between the insulation you have measured with Megger and the leakage resistance of the measured by the ELD. Okay. Now this is the new figure and new item. So something of the standard is required. But unfortunately, there is no standard for leakage resistance. RDSO have not made any standard for the leakage resistance. And we have faced so many difficulty because without not having any standard of in leakage rate. But we have data of 1,000 stations which are good conditions, and we have made from this data we have made categories for your simplicity. We have made station categories. Small station, I think 90% of station lies this category. First, 3-line category. So in this category, leakage resistance always remain more than 1 mega ohm. It will be like 10 mega ohm, 100 mega ohm, like that. Because it is very small, cable number is small, load is no doubt very few loads, and power supply also. So this is a good condition. I always have more than. Medium station, where 5 to 6 lines. It sometimes vary to 1 meg, but in most of cases we have found 10 meg and above. But in rainy season, it will gradually down up to 500 kilo. But it should not be below 500 kilo. It is very dangerous in this type of station. In big station, RRI type, always remain 1 meg or above 1 meg in good condition. 10 to 1 meg in between. But when the rainy season, it is came down to the 100 kilo ohm, up to 100 kilo. But in good condition, it will always remain above 500 K, 1 meg, etc. etc. In large station, there are very few large stations. So no doubt in large station like New Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, Madras, like that, they are very large. So in these stations, the leakage is category of 1 meg to 100K in between. Even it is less than 50K sometimes. It is, if maintenance is slightly low, then it is 50, less than 50K. So we have made a reference up to this 20K. What is the minimum safe value of this leakage resistance? No doubt this is given by the RDSO, it is 2K. And our instrument also supplied with this remaining 2K only. You can increase 2K to from 1 up to 1 meg. But we have supplied is 2K. Because all instruments should be similar in manner. So it is 2K. But we give you advice, please don't keep on 2K. It should be 10 or 20K at least. In large station, in big station, it should be 100 and above. Medium station is 500 and above. And in small station, because the last limit is 1 meg reference, so keep on 1 meg. And here, one more thing. For reference setting, it is very difficult to how to set this reference and all these things. We have made a video on this and put on the YouTube also. Last I give you the link for this YouTube. Please follow this. There are so many videos on this type, but these are not authenticated and they are wrong also. Please don't follow them. Now I explain the ALD design now or this ALD concept we have already discussed. Now I explain you the ALD. The basic unit comprises actually two instruments. In 19-inch subrack, 4-channel ALD and 1 cable insulation tester. They are combination of two. Each ALD have these two instruments. And for more than 4 channel, it is 8, 12, and 16. The 4 channel additional units are connected with this, like that. This is the basic unit with meter, 4 channel, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the main channel, and this is the additional. This is 12 channel ELD actually. This is the channel selector for meter and insulation tester. Okay. In next position, this meter is connected to next this 5, 6, 7, 8, and next again this 9, 10, 11, 12. Like that. The meter is connected. Only one meter can be connected by these switches. This is the back panel. This is your channel strips. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the main strip to energize the ELD. This is for measurement purpose. Okay, I explain it later. This is your block diagram again system where we connect the ELD. We have connected the ELD after this power supply distribution panel. We have connected. We have put it here a fuse board also our and the ELD. And data logger also this is operating supply and 2 earth. Here people ask me every time why you connect 2 earth, sir? We have only 1 earth or so and so. Sir, this is the requirement, RDSO requirement first of all. If you have not 2 earth, you have a one ring earth. Okay, because ring earth have more than 3, 4 earths put together and make a ring form. So take 2 wire from ELD and connect at 2 places of the ring earth. Why we have taken this? Or why we have RDSO want to this? Because sir, if we take 1 wire or 1 earth, if earth is broken in any case or earth is faulty or anything, wire is broken, suppose, what happened? Measurement is stopped and instrument cannot be able to detect what is happening, and it shows always good condition. So this is not fail-safe, or this is not a foolproof measurement. For this purpose, yeah, they have shown, okay, please make arrangement that earth broken should be find out. So we have taken two earth and they are monitor each other. These two actually. But for ring earth, only the ELD to ring earth, there are two wires. If these wires are broken, then it will be determined. And because there are 3, 4 earths, so earth remain always in good condition. We assume it. Only assume it. No doubt they remain, but we assume. This is a small station here, a 8-channel ELD put in this station with a good wiring practice and a very neat and clean manner. This is your power supply distribution panel. Here is our this fuse board, and after this fuse board, we have connected this ELD. Just for your uh, presentation point of view. And also, this is a very good condition. We have provided this stand which each ELD with very good quality stand. And one more thing, the stand has a clearance from this side to this side and back side also. Because sometimes they have put it in the corner, sometimes it is very cramped place. You can't work with the ELD or for maintenance purpose or for checking purpose. So please take care of this requirement also. This is the channel connection strip. Here, first two connections are for bus bar, whether it is a AC or DC. This is called plus, this is minus or BX or NX as per bus bar types. Here is the bus bar types written here. So if it is AC, bus bar AC, 110 volts like that. If it is DC, it is DC. Previously, we have mentioned voltage also here, but now in our ELD, voltage is not there in DC condition because from 12 volt to 110 volt DC, ELD remains same. No change. No doubt. Previously it is, but now it isn't. Only AC or DC. Now, next, E1 and E2. There are, as I have already explained, two earth. All E1 should be looped together. All E2 should be looped together. Take two wire to the earth, different earth or ring earth. This is for your data logger connection. On P, actually this is our potential free contact. Actually, this P should be looped together and connect to the data logger digital common. This anode will be taken to individual channel connection. And also define one condition that P and NO if are short, then it is okay. If P and NO is open condition, then it is fault condition. So it is requirement to define the fault condition and normal condition. This is the channel on off switch. If channel is extra, remain it off. If channel is used, please remain it on condition. This is the main step for operating the supply put here. For 230 volt, 0 to 230 here and ground here. For 110, 0 to 110 here. In most of cases, we recommend you please operate with 110 because 230 always gone. You then ELD or data logger also give you a fault condition because all your measurement stops, your relay is dropped, and it will be detected by your data logger. So always you have problems. Again, if you have any red light and you have muted the buzzer again sounded as soon as the light appears. So please use 110 volt. It is not a very much load. It is about 1 ampere load of 12 channels. So please put on the 110 volt because in 99.99 instruments is running on 110 volt AC. These are the two connections are for actually for remote buzzer and remote mute. So because IDSO recommended put your ELD into the relay room and take these two connections outside, and nobody want to this actually because this is not a practical. They are no more use. Already the this ELD is installed in equipment room, so it will be very handy to see this. So there is no use of this. This is the photograph of the ELD with the different parts. I explain you on one channel. This is the fault LED. This is normal LED. One more thing, very important, because sometimes it is not happening there. So please mention this or understood this thing. If these red and green, two, this big red and small this green, two, are like your signals, red signal and green signal. One of these remain on, either red or green. In any case, if red is not on and green is not on, the channel is faulty or switch off. So one LED should be on. Next step, bus bar and halogen reference. So if bus bar is connected, the bus bar LED is on. Next reference setting LED, yellow LED. Then it always should be in off condition. No yellow LED should be appear on the any channel. So as soon as you know how to set your reference, reference port is here. I have made a video. Please go through it. I give you the link also on YouTube. So you will how to this can be set it. You may do it very easily. And this is the reset switch, and this is your counter. In main panel, your meter has two scales. One is black, another one is red. Black for leakage resistance, and red for insulation tester, built-in insulation tester. Okay, sir. So red one is the another second instrument. So normally in ELD it is black. These are three leads for insulation tester. So and these two LEDs also for this. This is for mute switch, and this is your channel selector for meter and your insulation tester. Fifth position for insulation tester. Here is a port, another port. This is for reference setting mode. So how to use this port and this port with in the combination of 1, 2, 3, 4. You may go through the video. You can learn very easily. If you have any difficulty, I give you phone number also. You can talk or video call. You may we give you assistance also. Now, very important part, how it indicate leakage. As we know already, earth leakage detector constantly monitor and measure leakage resistance of busbar with respect to earth in online condition. Then leakage resistance can be read on meter, because this is a meter is the most important part. Everybody go through the red light only, but I say red light is the only indication or to capture your attention. Actually, main thing is meter. If channel 4 red light is on, go through the switch for channel 4. And what is the reading? Please take it because it is important. Don't bother about the red light for the time being. Just mute the buzzer and go to the meter. Okay? Because meter is the main measurement, your instrument part. Then when leakage resistance value drops below reference value, fault is detected, which is either announced as a audio or visual alarm. So there is a reference in each channel. Suppose you have set your channel, any channel, at 100K. Suppose you have set your channel at 100K. As soon as the value of leakage come to 100K or below 100K, you have got a alarm. Okay. So when you got the alarm, just mute the switch and go to the meter while selecting the selecting switch. And what is the value you have? Observe it. Then we proceed. How to proceed? We will in next. I explain you. So this reference value can be set anywhere 1 meg to 2K. Practice setting is 2K, no doubt. Now, suppose there is a red light. We have go to the meter and we have found. Okay, value is 2K or less than 2K. Meter is fully moved to the towards very low value. Either is it near 2K or 10K or less than 2K. Sometimes it is goes to less than 2K because there is a space. So is also less than 2K. So there is a fault indication, no doubt. What type of this fault? It may be external, it may be internal. But in most cases, if this low leakage remain continuous, it may be power supply. Our first doubt in power supply. And it is internal. And in power supply. Because we have found it 60% in power supply. How we can detect it whether it is power supply or outside? If it is possible, no doubt in most of cases it is possible. Take a DC disconnection for 1 minute or 2 minutes and disconnect all outer loads from plus or minus both sides. Just only supply remain connected to the ELD. If this disappear, then it is external. If does not have disappear, it is internal. In most of cases, it is internal because this leakage in supply. And how we can establish it is in further establish it is in supply? It may be in battery bank. Suppose there is a supply is old type and it is a DC supply with battery bank and charger. So just remove your charger earth. If condition become improved, then charger is leaky. If does not improve, means maybe it in battery bank. So if you have a generator, please put on the generator. And charger should be run with the generator. And just disconnect your battery, both plus minus. In most of cases, we have found it is improved. So we are actually disconnecting, and this all these steps we have taken very carefully and with respect to safety measures. We have just established whether it is in power supply or not. As soon as we have found that okay, it's power supply, suppose it is in battery bank. Okay. There are 55 batteries in 110 volt system. So which one battery is leaky? Maybe 4, 5, 6, and 10 batteries are leaky. One thing is just inside insulation of each battery. Number 1 method. Number 2 method, just wash them. Number 3 method, which I prefer. Take your insulation tester. 100 volt if you have insulation tester, 100 volt only. Then, or if you have not 100 volt insulation tester, take over this ELD and use it as a insulation tester in 5th position. So it's one lead connect to earth, green one, and another is connect to the body. In our insulation tester, there are 2 leads. So both lead connect to the body. And different side, you have to find whether its insulation is okay or not okay, because when you remove the electrolyte from the surface with the cotton, a very fine film become on the surface and it is very conductive and it establish a low insulation and become a leakage path with each battery, maybe more than 1 battery, 2 battery, 4 batteries. So all these batteries should be either insert your insulation pads below the battery or wash them. They are two method only. So you can improve this leakage condition and it become okay. Suppose if it is external, where is it lie? It become again a very big job. Because internal supply is okay, as soon as you have disconnect the external part, it becomes, because this supply is running so many loads. Again, our insulation tester is useful here. I explain how to use it in our next few slides. Then there is another type of fault, intermediate low leakage. A red light appear and buzzer start buzzing. When you come, you just reset it, it is resetted. But after some time, it again started. So people sometimes say that this your ELD gives some false alarms. So this is not actually false alarm. These are intermediate low leakage. For example, suppose there is a green signal having a leakage. As soon as this on, this leakage appears into ELD, and when it is off, leakage is disappear. If you reset it, it becomes reset. So where it lies, again, either you observe it or with the help of CIT, you can also able to doubt where is lie. It may be internal, but it is very rare case. It is only lie in in circuitry or SSI or ES, but it is very rare. So forget it about, it is always in external. This type of fault is external. Now, help of operation. How can we take the help of operation? If there is no data logger and the station is small, we can perform operation one by one, and we can find leaky pair. If it is this type of site for intermediate, we have made all these things. If suppose your station is very busy, then operation is automatically on. Just observe it. When it appears, which have signal or which circuitry is on, you are able to, and just for verification, just on one by one, and you can verify it. Where is the leaky pair or where is the leakage in system? So these are the operations help. Help of data logger. No doubt, in modern time, you have data logger also. In data logger, the time is also operation. Everything is defined. But only how to read it or how to analyze the data logger, it requires some skill or some system knowledge. You may able to know which part is leaky actually, or which pair or around the pair or some pair are leaking. So you can find this. And further, you can take the help of the CIT. No doubt, I explained how to use it. Common indications of ELD, more common indications. Suppose bus bar light on a meter showing actual rigid reading and fault and normal LED off. This is the case. As I shown, these two LED should be, one LED should be main on, but both are on. It means your rear side channel switch is off. Somebody does not want to show you the red light here there. So sometimes they put this type of trick, please, because we have complained, sir, this is not working both sides. Only just on this channel. Now the reverse case, fault and normal light both are on. In that case, channel is faulty. Just switch off and disconnect it. Don't use it, this channel, because channel become faulty. Another condition, meter showing above 10 meg, mean no leakage, but buzzer on and LED we want to red LED also on, but it is not resetted. That is the condition actually. It may be one channel, it may be two channel, or all channel are showing same thing. In that case, even E2 are a problem. Just check that earth connection is bad. Suppose this is okay, but condition remains same, then call us. Just call us. Okay. Now I am coming on the next session. This is the cable insulation tester. It is also the built-in in your earth leakage detector. This cable insulation tester is used for identify leaky pair. It will work on the CT rack. CT rack may come. It will work on CT rack. How it will be done? Just take the lead, or there are 3 leads, insert them into the main meter panel. There are 2 red, 1 green, just insert them. And select 5th position of the channel selector. CT rack में काम करेगा, it will work on CT rack. Insulation cable plus load को measure करेगा. Only it will measure both insulation with respect to earth, only one condition. Everybody, sometimes they call, sir, what is happening the wire to wire? It will not work. Disconnected condition, it is a connected condition. So wire to wire you can't measure. It is only one condition you are able to measure. Is it? Earth to pair. Now, these are the 3 leads. Connect them. This green should be connected to the earth. These 2 are taken into your hand and go to CT rack. And select here a 5th position. And read on red scale now. When you put these 2 lead into pair-wise on CT rack, pair, as I told, pair-wise. There are 2 conditions. Either this pair is energized with 12 volt, 210 volt AC or DC, whatever V voltage. In that case, it will not work. Because pair is energized. And this LED shows pair is energized. Bus bar, there is a bus bar voltage. This voltage is there and no reading. Suppose pair is not energized, it has no voltage. Then it reads the reading of the pair and it will be appear here. It has also built-in reference. If you want to change the reference, just open this top cover, and here backside a card having some sorting link. There are 6 reference sorting links: 500K, 1 meg, 10 meg, etc. So 4 meg, 5 meg, and 10 meg. So put on the whatever you choose, then put on this sorting link. If you do not put, okay, whatever will be selected by the factory, it will be remain there. So because it is not a affected the measurement, but just value is shown on the meter. If this value is less than selected value or equal to this red light is here, but it doesn't mean anything. Only for comparison, because 2 persons are required, one for noting down reading, another for putting these leads to the CT rack. Suppose you have no companion, you only want which pair is less than 5 mega ohm or which are above 5 mega ohm. So just put your reference on 5 mega ohm and just go to the CT rack. If light is on, it is less than 5 mega ohm or 5 mega ohm. Or if light is not on, it is okay. More than 5 mega ohm. Go on. You are able to 100 of pair in 1 hour. Only condition is that your pair should be potential free or no voltage is there. Now suppose there are some pair remain voltage for more time to measure them. If red become green, at that time you are able to measure them, or just 2 seconds, then you are able to measure. In some railways, this pair value is if less than 10 meg or 10 meg, the pair is not good. But in another railway, another railway, they can no. This is if less than 5 meg, then it is not good. So it is your criteria whether 5 meg is good or 10 meg is good or whatever is good. Because this pair length is also counted. If pair length is short, I think it should be more than 20 meg. If pair length is very high, it be good for 10 meg also good. So it is your discrimination and you know better. So this is the CIT, and you can identify where is the leakage in the pair without disconnection, and very fast, very convenient. But one problem is there. The ALD is installed in equipment room and it works with near CT rack. Now, it is not possible to use in equipment room. If you have 4-channel extra ELD, suppose, take it and use it as a CIT. If you have not extra, just purchase this digital CIT. This one is the previous one, analog version, which is included in ELD. Now this one is the latest version. It is a digital CIT. Only 500 grams, and you can able to accommodate in your palm. Work is same, more user friendly, and work is same. Any station, purchase 1 or 2 instruments and use them, because it is very easy and safe also. What do you mean by I tell safe also, safe also? Because if you read the insulation of anything with 2, 3 or 4 times with the measure, its insulation is down. But in this one, it is not happened. If you measure 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, it gives you same reading. Because if insulation is down for any pair or any cable, it further down if you measuring it. But with this, it is not. Because here voltage and current are restricted, remain in safe condition, and so IDSO allowed. There are some restriction to measurement. It is okay. So you or a built-in ELD instrument also. So these are the benefits of the current ELD, whether it is which many make. I am not saying the ANU Vidyuth ELD, no doubt we are maker of ANU Vidyuth, so we told the ANU Vidyuth ELD. So ELD time tested and best available leakage testing equipment in India, economical है, affordable, and also IDSO inspected है, proactive installation we have provided है, services, maintaining services, and your problem we have established a helpline for 7 days or 6 days, sorry, except holidays and Sunday. We have provided your helpline. Please note down this number. Actually, this number is your most friend number. If you have any difficulty, any doubt, just phone us. We make you phone call also if we are busy. So we will again call you again, and if you have a video call also, this is my email, our factory email. Please note down. This is my email. Please, if you require, you can write me. And this is the video link we have provided for reference setting mode. I also sent this video link to on WhatsApp. They also forwarded it. If anybody want to just copy it, then copy it, or otherwise, I will also send to the distributor a WhatsApp link. So it is very easy. Go to Grids. You can ask any question. I will try to give you an answer and satisfied. Please. Madam, please ask any question. Participant, please ask question if you have.
ചോദിക്കണ്ട എല്ലാ ചുമന്ന
ഹലോ ഡൗട്ട് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ചോദിച്ചോളൂ. Participants, if any doubt, you can raise your doubt here. Will be clarified.
Hello, sir. I have one doubt. How much channels can be connected to one basic maximum 12 channels, sir?
Pardon, please. I am not hear you very clearly. Please ask me louder. Please.
Sir, how much channels can be connected to one basic maximum 12? How much channels can be connected to one basic?
Channels, how much channels? If you, this is the one thumb rule only. If you have your bus bar supplies are there, suppose you have 10 bus bar supplies, you require 10 channels. Okay.
Sir, maximum 12 channels can be connected to one basic.
Oh, no. You can access to 16 channel, 24 channel, or put two 12 channel ELD 24 in Patna or in New Delhi. They are more than 12 actually, 36 channel up to. They have put it 3-4 ELDs of 12 channel. So you can go on, no problem. But for one bus bar, one channel is required. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh. I think there is no question, so I stop the sharing. Ma'am? May I leave the meeting?
If anybody is having further any doubt, you please raise your doubt here. You can clarify from here. Otherwise, we go to out of thanks and conclude the section. Anybody is there for further doubt?
If you have any doubt in future, please call us on our this number. You may call us from 9 to 5, except 1 to 2 lunch. So call us on this number. It's very important. Okay, please call us this number. This is dedicated for this customer helpline. We have also written now a sticker on the top of the ELD. But please, one more thing, every time you call us, we ask your ELD serial number. So please take your ELD number, serial number in hand, because again, otherwise, your request is not able to support. Only we have required our instrument serial number. Just please call us if you have any difficulty, any doubt on this number. If our engineers cannot certify, again, I will interact with you with this number. Don't worry. So if you have at present you have no doubt, no problem. In future, you may call us. Okay, sir. Now I leave this meeting. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, sir. This is Sujay Kumar, sir, SSC Control Trivandrum. So
Yeah.
we are concluding this section. So first of all, it was very nice and contentful section, and we will definitely is useful for the field staff, especially dealing with the CLDs, and definitely it will improve our system, and hopefully everybody can follow this one, and everybody has noticed this number also. In future also any doubt, you can raise your doubt on this number. And on behalf of Ms ANU family, Trivandrum Division, first of all, I would like to thank Senior DST Trivandrum for conducting such technical section, ELD, and further thanks extended to Sunil Sarmaji, technical head of NYP, for his valuable insight about the ELD and was very useful for all field staff and whatever we need to utilize an effective way for their maintenance. We are thankful to the DST Trivandrum and DST Ernakulam, AST Trivandrum for coordination of such a nice section. And thank for all the supervisors and staff who are all attended, taken the real content of this section and is going to implement this section. And thanks are extended to SSC Tele Exchange and Headquarters for providing the technical support for conducting this webinar. Thank you once again for all. By this, we are concluding this section. Thank you for all. So we are
Thank you, sir.
concluding this section, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
मैडम प्लीज पार्टिसिपेंट की लिस्ट भेज दें मेरे को.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Participant list. I have also WhatsApp you.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
It is necessary for our ISO purpose. So how many percent?
Okay,
Just-
sir. Thank you, sir. We'll keep in contact, sir. Any doubts means we'll call.
Yes, you may call us anytime. Anybody can call us. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You have my number, so you can directly call.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. We'll close the meeting, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Thanks. I'll send the list. I'll send the list. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.